Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Jewcee. We have Miss Purple Reign in the house. We're looking for this. I don't know. This one kind of like. I'm gonna go back to this one. Let's see. We playing with some new music tonight, y'all.
She playing with new music tonight.
That's some crazy stuff. I can get in this one. I like this one. How y'all doing? Come on in. Tell a friend. Come join us tonight. We are back. We're back for good now, y'all. We're back for good. No more just testing. We're back for good. We've missed you guys
so much.
Come on in. Hey,
Lorenzo.
Mwah. Come on in, tell a friend, join us. We're gonna have a good time. We're still trying to fix the music. That was the love. I don't know. I wasn't doing a whole lot. Wasn't horrid, but you know. Got some crazy stuff going on.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Some rain will put us to sleep.
Girl, I'm already yawning.
What is atmosphere? Wait a minute. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help it. They be putting some. Acoustic. This one's acoustic, y'all. Acoustic. I mean, they trying to put people to sleep. Where the jamming stuff? Hey, Thunder.
Hey, baby.
Minimal house. We got a little more upbeat. Hopefully that'll.
I'm gonna start twerking in a minute.
Everybody, stay tuned.
Not really.
Stay tuned. This almost sounds like workout music. Okay, back in the day, workout music. Back in the day, ankle warmers. Let's get physical.
Okay. That sounds like leotards and leg warmers.
There you go. All right, y'all. This one more. This one's R&B, y'all. R&B. Let's get a different one. That one. They got screwing music on here. Okay, this is
If that's what that is,
I don't
what
know.
have I been listening to for 20 years?
I know. This is crazy. They got some crazy stuff on here tonight, y'all. They got some great. Every now and then we like to go through the music. Every now and then. I just like to play with it. I ain't got no
Trying to
damn.
figure out what's going on. What's going on?
I ain't got no sense. I ain't got no sense. All right. Well, I guess I'll leave the music alone. You know, this is lounge. We're in the lounge. We're in the lounge. Well, welcome, everyone, and to another marvelous Monday on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. Jewcee. Hey, Passion Poets. Hey, Robert. We got Barbados in the house. Barbados in the house. There we go. There we go. Welcome. He said, I'm finally able to come in for the new year. Okay. It's February, Robert.
We appreciate you, sir.
But we do love you.
We do.
But it is February. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're still in the new year. We still are. That's fine. Yeah, come on in, everybody. Tell a friend, share, like. If you're on our YouTube, please like and subscribe to our pages. Thank you so much. I am Ms. Jewcee on YouTube. We are trying to increase our followers, so please like and share. And Miss Purple Reign, your
My YouTube, Purple Reign Play Palace.
All right, everybody, make sure that you do that. Share. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's good to be back. It is good to be back. Whew, we have been, girl. We have been going through it. Okay, we have been going through it, y'all. So, I'm gonna share a little bit about what's been happening with me, so that if you don't know, I was involved in a pretty bad car wreck in December 12th, and my car was totaled. I was rear-ended on icy highway, off ramp. Guy never slowed down and ran into the back of me. Since then, I've been having some neck issues, some back issues, on top of the neck and back issues I already had. So that has been a downer for me. Not to mention that my car was totaled, so I didn't have it. That was a downer for me as well. So it has been an uphill battle already in 2025. In addition, I would like to give out my condolences and a shout out to the Hill family in Terre Haute in Indianapolis, Indiana, as we've lost our matriarch, Grandma Hill. And services are this weekend. Valentine's Day is visitation, and the services will be on Saturday the 15th in Terre Haute, Indiana. So to my aunts and uncles, I love you all dearly, and I am so deeply sorry for your loss. So wanted to make sure I did that before I forgot. So yeah, it's been a great 2025, but you know what? It can only get better.
That is true.
It can only get better. So what's going on with you, ma'am? What's going on with you?
Work, and more work.
But I could have swore there was something big that just happened, though.
Huh? There was some what that just happened?
Big. You just got a new what? A new place?
Oh yeah, I did just get a new house. I'm still moving.
You're
Girl,
still
that's how distracted I am. I'm still moving, okay? And I got a house full of teenagers. My son woke up the other day and said, "Good morning, mama," and I thought it was a grown man in my house.
Uh-oh. He got some bass. Some bass,
and he asked me to take him Valentine's Day shopping.
Okay.
I'm not ready. I already got a 20-year-old that's got a baby on the way. I'm not ready for a teenage boy, okay? But outside of that, yeah, I just moved. I got a new place. It will be decorated soon. It's basic right now, y'all. But um life is life in. Life is life in. We trying to
And,
get it together over here in Indy.
and you will, I know you will. So,
Of
hello,
course.
Romeo. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Hi, Romeo.
Once again, if you are on our YouTube channels, please, please, please like and subscribe to the pages, please. We are back full force. Myself and Purple Rain, we are going to be back on Monday nights doing what we do. We're going to be talking about all kinds of wonderful topics. And we're going to have a little bit of a new platform, probably starting, I would say, around March or April. You guys are going to get to see some new stuff that we are planning. So
Yay. I'm excited.
I am too. It'll be nice. It'll be nice, you guys. We're gonna keep it under wraps and you know.
And y'all can go through this hair growth journey with me too.
Uh-oh. You're gonna let it grow, or you for how long? How long?
I want some micros, so I gotta let it grow a little bit.
Okay. All right. Uh-huh.
I want to rock some curly hair by this summer, so we gonna see.
Okay. Okay. Honey, Tabitha Brown. Okay, get that Tabitha Brown. I'm serious. That
Well, my
shit.
hair won't. Are you talking about her hair products?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got them. I gotta order them online now though, since Target took everything off the shelf. I did go buy it when it was on sale though.
Do Ultra has it, and you can get it online, and you can get it through Amazon. So just letting
Oh,
everyone
okay.
know. Tabitha Brown, you can still get all of her hair care line. Ulta Beauty, you can definitely get it on Amazon. So yeah, keep shopping because you know they be tripping right now. They be tripping.
Speaking of DEI and all of those things, did you see the Super Bowl last night?
Hmm. I did not. I did not. Only because I was doing other things for a change. But
So
go
you
ahead.
didn't see Jalen Hurts win the Super Bowl?
I, I know he did, and he lit them up, and I'm very
This
happy.
black man played his heart out. Okay.
I'm all for the Eagles winning. Yes, all for it.
No 3P for them Chiefs. Okay.
Sorry,
But the
Ken.
highlight was Kendrick. My husband did that. Hmm.
Now I did get to see the halftime. So I did get to see the halftime show.
My husband did that.
Okay.
God protect him with all your might, because that man just put the whole world on blast. It's okay. Protect that
mm
man.
mm. Yeah, I just there's so much going on, guys. Really, really, really. We want everyone, of course, to be safe and here in Ohio, the other day we just had some idiots. That's the best thing that I can call them is idiots. Okay,
Oh,
I
you
want
talking about the swastika bros
yeah,
on the
we're talking about the
bridge?
Yahtzees. Yeah, we're talking about the Yahtzees. Yeah, that's who found out that who fucked around and found out that shit ain't going down. It ain't going down. I don't know. Yeah. Look, y'all. Look. If you can hear my voice, um, let me just break something down to y'all. Some people may want to go backwards. A couple of people may want to go
Where
backwards.
was it? Was it in Cleveland?
No, no, they don't dare do that here and live to tell about it. Okay. That's not even
I
going
just
down.
knew they said it was a black community. That's why I was like, well, was that in Cleveland?
Columbus and Cincinnati. Cincinnati, I think it was. It
Oh,
was either
two places
Cincinnati,
that you shouldn't think to do that anyway. Okay.
right? And that shit got shut down. Okay,
Real
look,
quick.
look. Let me explain something to y'all. Okay, although that some people are trying to put us back in the dark ages, hell no, we won't go. Is number one thing that's gonna be chanted, and on top of it, y'all. we we not who we were in the 1950s and 60s. We just are not. And so going backwards ain't gonna work. You showing your true colors when we already know what your true colors are is no big shock or surprise to us. Now, what's going to be a little uncomfortable for you is when you find out that all this crap that this person is trying to do is going to affect you way more than it affects us. Okay?
Oh, they finding out.
They found
The find out part of fuck around has
it,
started.
it's underway. And
It
and
has started.
girl, wait a minute. Wait a minute. And we sip.
Minding my own black business.
And we sip. Ooh, y'all thought this was gonna affect us. That's what's so funny to me. It just like makes me want to just laugh and cry at the same time because
It affects some of us. Because
it
some of
does.
us still didn't think fat meat wasn't greasy, but it doesn't affect as much of us as y'all think. Y'all look at percentage numbers, not realizing that those percentages are based off of population percentages. Y'all can say all day long that we have the highest percent of people on welfare when those numbers are inflated because we're only 13% of the population.
Guess who the other percentages are? Guess who's got
Y'all can say
more?
we have the most incarcerated, but again, we are only 13% of the population. So numbers do lie.
Oh
Numbers
yeah.
do lie.
And let's just go with this, folks. If you've ever taken a statistics class, I had to take statistics in college.
I can take it 3 times.
Statistics can be skewed any way that you want them to be based on how you want those numbers to come out.
I love statistics. It's the one math class that I look forward to taking again when I go finish my bachelor's degree. Because anytime they tell me I have to take a math class, I choose statistics.
So statistics show, folks, they don't necessarily, for example, let me just give y'all an example of some statistics. They're gonna go talk to 100 people. No, let's do a little less. They're gonna go talk to 10 people. Okay. And they're gonna tell you that out of those 10 people, 80%
Which is 8 people.
voted for Trump. That's what they're going to tell you. But they're going to tell you the percentage of, they're not going to tell you that it's only based on 10 people. Y'all believe stuff hook, line, and sinker. And right now, your battleship is about to sink like a motherfucker. Okay? Pew!
And I'm going to sit here and mind my black business.
And we sip.
Because that 92% ain't lying on us, okay? That 80% ain't lying on us.
So,
we know what we did. We did our job.
Yep. Black women.
And black men. Congratulations.
So we sip. And you have to remember something else, folks. We've been here, done this.
First of all, they just better be that he protested the way he did with his performance and that none of us are really protesting. Like, we sitting pretty at the moment. That's just to keep us awake so we don't fall into a deep dream state. But that performance was everything. And the fact that people can only see his diss for Drake. The crazy part is, though, about our community, we're so divided because about half of us see the message in everything he said. The other half were looking to be entertained. What's that phrase? Y'all just want to dance. Y'all don't want to get the message.
Mhm.
Um, and all they see is that he did a song where he dissed Drake. And I keep telling people that diss to Drake has nothing really to do with Drake. If you listen to his wordplay, he's talking about all people, not just white people or black people or people. He's talking about all people who that have not gone through what African Americans specifically have gone through in this country. They not like us. I don't care if you are of the African diaspora. You know your history, you know your lineage and your history and your bloodline. We do not. We're still figuring out who we are. And because of that fact, a lot of us are suffering and have suffered due to the fact of everything that they've done to us over the years. This is almost 500 years behind the line, behind the race. A 500, at least a 300 to 400 year lapse in time start. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's only been Ruby Bridges was in second grade when in 1960 60 something. When was she
Mhm.
inducted into that school? And yeah, that was in the 60s.
In the 60s. Yep.
And she's only like 65 right now. That wasn't that long ago.
Well, and a lot of times, like I said, that they try to they definitely try to stifle our history and not let us know what all we've invented, what all we've done. I mean, we're just hearing about like the 6888, and we're just hearing about hidden figures, and we're just hearing about the Tuskegee Airmen. These are things that were not taught in schools. These are things that we're not
Are
told to.
definitely still aren't taught in schools. They learn more about less about Black history in today's school than they had than we did.
Hmm.
And it's
But not.
crazy to me. And it's crazy to me because there are still whitewashed Black people out here that feel like we're better off than we were. And we are slightly. We are in a better place than we were in the 50s and 60s, but not really because now it's hidden and it's covert. And it hurts me to see these people act like our history doesn't matter when our history is American history. So the truth needs to be told.
Right. I agree.
Shit, our history is world history.
And the thing of it is we have to continue to learn and continue to teach and to continue to educate. And I think in talking to some people this week, even one of the things that I stated was that in a way this might be good for us because don't we've taken so much for granted. Our young people have taken so much for granted. They don't remember the 60s. They don't know the history. They don't know Martin Luther King. They really don't know us fighting for our rights.
Mm-hmm.
Women's rights, whether it's blacks' rights, whether it's Latinos' rights. These folks don't understand and don't know. So therefore, they made a very uninformed decision when they casted their votes because they are far enough removed from that time period that they simply don't know. And
It's
they don't know,
but
and
they
it's not
can't.
being
I,
taught.
I don't like saying that they don't know. Because if they don't know, they're choosing not to know. Because I seen something today where somebody brought up the fact that all cultures have been enslaved at one point. But what I keep getting people to fail to realize is that our enslavement was to our detriment. Somebody brought up the Irish being slaves and all of that stuff. And I just was looking at them like, but their detriment was not our detriment. They were able to rebound from that.
Well, and there's also different levels and different types of slaves. Some were
Yeah,
indentured. There was indentured slaves. There was, we weren't all of us weren't indentured.
we
We
were
could
chattel
earn,
slavery.
we couldn't earn our freedom half the time, for
Yeah,
a long.
well, that's what I'm saying. Our slavery was different because we were snatched from our homes, whether
Mm-hmm,
it be in Africa or here on the American soil, because a lot of us have indigenous blood or Moorish blood, which means we were already here.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you snatched us out of our homes to make us work the land. It's different. Indentured slaves had the choice. They did that to come over here and work and have a better life.
And they had an end at sight, in
Yeah,
sight. They had
there
an
was
end
light at the end of the tunnel.
for them to be free. And for a lot of us, generation after generation, you were born into slavery, point blank, period. Didn't matter. You could buy some, in some instances, you could buy your slavery, but that was after what, 20 years of you could buy your freedom.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
And they did everything possible to keep you from doing that.
right. So, but we're going to come back to this topic. It's a hot topic. It definitely is. It's something.
And we're going to be talking about it for weeks to come. So,
Yeah, definitely, because this ain't going nowhere, folks. It is, it just is not, and we're going to be
there's a
sipping a
lot of
lot.
stuff with current politics that I want to research. I do want to, I know we don't talk about politics a lot as far as a topic, but I think with the climate that the world is in at the moment, that might be something new you all might get from us because politics is my life.
And the whole thing is that I mean, we right now as the United States of America, folks, we are the laughing stock of the country. I mean, of the
Mm,
world, of the world. Our
yep.
country is the laughing stock. We are. I just picked up. We've got a gentleman on here from Barbados. I just picked up a young lady from Ireland. I mean, it's an embarrassment to almost say that it used to be able to you say it with pride. Now, not so much. Not so much that I'm from the United States of America. I'm trying to find me a new accent or something.
Not a new accent, girl.
I'm trying to come up with a new accent. Where are you from? New. I'm gonna make up my own island and have an accent. So
Okay. Have fun with that.
that sounds like. See what I can come up with. But
I'm already from Indiana and the south side of Chicago. I can't change my accent no more.
so we can come up with something. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But let's get into this. Let's get into our topic tonight because
Yay.
I think it's a really important topic that we really really need to discuss because I've been catching it with some of my folks that I usually am driving around, and it seems that it seems that this needs to be kind of put out there in a way that we can get a better understanding and really 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 get to the point where we can actually help some people improve their relationship because
All right.
a lot of times that is not happening. We are not improving our relationships. We are putting band-aids on them and not getting anywhere. So tonight's topic is the games that people play, manipulation. And one of the things that I run into, especially in speaking with women that are maybe a little bit disgruntled in their relationship or having just having problems with their partner. And I'm talking about women because I'm right now, and I know guys go through the same thing. We're not communicating, we're not talking, we're not having these conversations that we need to have because we are afraid, number one, that we're going to hurt somebody's feelings, or they're not going to be heard, or we're not going to be seen, or we're not going to be recognized, or what we say is going to be insignificant. But it's very very important that we learn how to not play games when it comes to our relationships, and we learn how to talk to one another. I run into this all the time, and I'm sure you do too, Miss Purple Rain. the ladies that I work with, I run into a lot of women that feel that if they withhold sex, they don't have sex with their partner, that things are going to get better or things are going to change or whatever the case may be. But you've not gotten to the root of the problem. You've just withheld sex.
Why are we withholding sex instead of communicating?
Thank you. Thank you.
Why are we punishing ourselves instead of communicating?
Honey, we having angry sex. I don't we, we don't care.
Facts. We're going to have a couple of quickies because I'm not about to let you just get it like you normally do. But I'm not going to withhold myself because I'm mad at you or because something's wrong. That's a punishment to myself. And I'm not a glutton for punishment in that way.
And I think a lot of people miss that. I think a lot of women, especially women, first of all, ladies, your punani, your coochie, your vajayjay, it is not a pawn in a game, folks. It is just not a pawn in a game.
It's not. Men don't withhold sex either because y'all be doing the same shit.
Yeah, it's not a game. It's not a joke. If you have to withhold sex, there is some different, deeper issues and problems that probably need to be worked out. Not just about it's not about the sex. It's about the relationship. It's about the lack of communication that you might be having with your partner and or partners. And obviously, you do either not feel secure enough in being able to come forward and state what you need to state to them, or you don't have the tools or the means to do so. What I find is that, in a way, when you withhold sex, you're trying to manipulate someone to do something that they may not normally do or may not want to do.
That's so totally facts, man. That's like withholding any type of intimacy because it's not even just sex. It's withholding that emotional intimacy, that touch, that bonding, that physical, like even not hugging your partner, not kissing your partner, not, gracing their arm with a slight touch. Like withholding all of that stuff is showing that you are trying to use physical touch as a manipulation tactic to get out of them what you want. And that's not fair.
Mm-mm.
And it's not nice. It's cruel. Because some people's love language is physical touch. And when you withhold something like that, it makes somebody think that they did something wrong when you're just using it as a manipulation tactic. That's narcissistic as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And a lot of folks don't understand that this is a lot of people don't even understand that you're becoming a manipulator. Because you're not getting to the root of the problem. You might get somebody to give in. You might get somebody to do something that you wanted them to do. They might cave in to peer pressure or whatever the case may be. But is that truly what you want? Is that truly how you want to
earn it?
Right. Because it's a facade. It's a facade. It's only
It's not genuine.
Right. It's only going to last so long. And you might be the one that's getting tricked in the long run, because they may, do what you want them to do that time around, or you may be able to squash something for a short period of time, but then they go right back to, if it's a learned behavior, they're going to go right back to it eventually.
Yep.
And the next time through, your manipulation probably would not work anyway.
And it doesn't mean that it's actually working the first time. They
True.
might flip the manipulation and let you, quote unquote, manipulate them and play the game and reverse it, and then later take something away from you. Or they use that as that manipulation tactic they're using to get what they want and then flip the script on you. There are people that use reverse manipulation, people. You can be withholding sex as a means to get something done. They go ahead and get it done to get the sex, but they don't really care.
True. Fahad said, you're also pushing them away as they eventually find someone else to fulfill whatever is being withheld from them. True.
Yep.
True. And a lot of people, like, there's women that like I said, I deal a lot with women, and they think that this is a cute little tactic not to have sex. But what you won't do, someone else will, honey.
And that's when they start cheating.
And if they don't cheat physically, they start cheating mentally.
Emotional cheating hurts more than physical.
They start to check out. And fellas, same thing for you guys. Same thing. She'll start to check out. She'll start to coming home late at night, y'all. So it really doesn't work the way I think a lot of people think it should, because it's a facade. You're not getting to the root of the issue or the root of the problem.
Facts.
So whatever it is that you're doing when you're trying to withhold sex from the relationship, when you're trying to manipulate somebody to do something that you want them to do, understand that it's only temporary. It's not necessarily something that can be long term. Now, can it turn into long term? I guess it could. But at what cost?
Facts.
At what cost? You have to really stop and think about this. So my advice to people is, first of all, sit down and have some conversations. You probably need to start out having conversations. A lot of times our relationships are based on sex instead of being based on intelligence.
Yep.
And it's okay, because that's pretty much human nature kicking in at the beginning. The law of attraction. You're attracted to this person, you gotta have them, blah, blah. But to not know how to talk to someone or to communicate with somebody. I know one person that I was talking to, a young lady that I was talking to, she was stating that the gentleman that she's involved with is very animated, very they're like opposites attract. She's more quiet, he's more loud, he's more I guess she said a little bit more angry as a person. But those kinds of things, those kinds of actions that he is displaying might just very well be something that is deep rooted, has nothing to do with you whatsoever. But nobody is willing to go get counseling or dig a little deeper to find out what the root cause of the anger or the issues are. So you find yourself in a relationship with someone that you really don't even know.
Yeah. Because you put that fake facade up front.
So when you're
Ugly face.
what do you think? What do you think, Purple Rain? What do you think that women are trying to really achieve? Are they really trying to control a man by not having sex with him?
Yes. So, yes, I believe they're trying to control him. They're trying to keep some semblance of control because we are taught, or at least we thought we were taught. I don't know what, that whole traditional woman, traditional man role thing. So women have taken sex as that way to take control back. I don't know if they thought that's what grandma and them did, but that's not what grandma and them did. Um, it's one of those things where it has to do with, remember last year I did the show on emotional intelligence.
Hmm.
It has more to do with the lack of emotional intelligence. People that don't know how to communicate use what they think their partner wants out of them as a way to manipulate any situation. So let's use a couple that has little kids at home. Prior to those kids being born, they were probably fucking like rabbits, right?
Hmm.
And when they start having children and the schedule starts getting filled, and mom is cooking and cleaning and taking care of little ones, and dad, because of whatever his non emotional intelligence tells him from the way he was raised, isn't helping mom out, mom's getting overwhelmed. Well, now that mom is getting overwhelmed and it seems like dad only wants sex, she withholds the one thing that she thinks he only wants. When all he's really looking for is attention. But at the same time, he doesn't know how to see that she's overwhelmed with household chores, work, and the children. And because we're taught that women are the rearers of children and not the men tend to fall back because they're the providers. They think that that's their only job. And when you're not raised in a house, when you see your mom and dad working together, whether it be because you were raised by a single mom or your dad was the exact same way and didn't spend any time with you emotionally or physically, and he left it all up to your mom, it's a cycle pattern of over and over again of people leading those same roles over and over again because they never took the time to learn what people actually needed in a partner. So it's learned behavior, it's taught behavior, and it's a manipulation tactic. So that's the woman's way of trying to take control back to get out of him what she wants. And she really don't want much but for him to help with the kids or to let her have a me day or to let her have a personal day. Let me have some me time so that I can decompress and have self-care. He gets to have self-care. Most men's self-care is a video game. You get to come home and hop on a video game, and I'm still cooking and cleaning after I've worked the same amount of hours you've worked.
Mm.
And it's just a bad cycle that repeats itself.
Yeah, and you're right. It is definitely a learned behavior because it's what we have, the antiquated thought processes that we have about uh, gender roles and what we're supposed to do as a husband and what you're supposed to do as a wife.
Yep.
Um, the woman is supposed to cook and clean. The man is supposed to be the breadwinner. And
Hmm.
in a lot of dynamics, that doesn't it is not always that way.
But it's crazy. So Fahad just said primal instincts are there, but if you can find the balancing point according to the next person's aura, things can work out. But the problem is most people don't put an effort to understand emotions. That is so true. But when it comes to primal instincts, I think us as humans don't have natural primal instincts because I can't think of any male and female counterparts in the wild that operate like we do. In most animal kingdoms, the male is the alpha and the woman is the protector of the children. But that does not stop the male from being there for the children as well. Shit. In the penguin world, the dad sits on the egg till it hatches, not the mom. You get what I'm saying? So it only seems to be in the human kingdom where, for lack of a better term, women are expected to do all the work while men get to just bring home the bacon. And
Yeah. Yeah.
shoot, in the lion kingdom, as alpha as a lion is, he's not the one that hunts for the food.
No, she does.
She does. So it's a balance. Those primal instincts are balance. Go penguins. I know, right? The dad sits on that egg for like a year. I swear to God. While mom is getting food and feeding him and taking care of him after she done laid this egg. Like they do
Teamwork.
that. Right. She lays the egg, he sits on it. Okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work. There you go. There you go. Well, and the thing,
They're
like I said,
life partners. The most bird kingdoms are life partners.
and that's the thing that people don't. That's the thing that we don't understand sometimes. It's like I said, we still don't. We don't communicate. We don't talk.
Mhm.
We're stuck in a rut, um, and we're stuck with antiquated thought processes
I think
that.
part of the largest problem is though we're the only primal species that has free will.
Mhm.
And that was the one thing God, the universe, whatever you want to believe in, gave us that fucks us up. Because we have choices. And
And
choices help people to manipulate situations a lot more drastically because it's about me, 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 me instead of us.
but that don't you think that this don't you think that that's kind of also a learned behavior?
It
Because
is a learned behavior, but it's a learned behavior because we've been taught that everything should be about self and not about the whole. When was the last time? That's part of the problem with the Black community. We don't think about us as a whole. We think about ourselves. Other communities, no matter how many issues they have within their community, within their own personal homes, as a community, they are about unity.
mm. Now I do believe that we can, and I do believe there are
Well,
more and more. I believe there are more and more pockets of unity popping up as it pertains to our community because of the circumstances that are now in front of us. Um, I think, like I said before, my thing is I think that we have we have a younger generation that did not grow up in this time period, did not grow up in the 60s and 70s. They didn't come along until 20 to 30 years afterwards. And so therefore maybe they've seen the videos, or they've seen the YouTube channels or whatever, but what they didn't do is live it.
but not living it has nothing to do with that because I didn't live it, but I understand its significance. The problem with the younger generation is not so much that they didn't live this experience. They have people in my generation that are always trying to help erase it because they don't want to remember it. It was too painful. When you have celebrities, like I remember a few years back when the uh Harriet Tubman movie came out, the one that the girl from Wicked is in, the
Hmm.
when that movie came out, Snoop Dogg got on his platform and said something about quit making these slave movies. We are so far removed from that. We don't need to need to remember that. When you have people like that who are millionaires and billionaires who have worked their way out of poverty and a slavery mindset on a financial level due to being in the entertainment industry, they forget and want to forget about what everybody else might be or has gone through because that's not their experience. And they feel like it's a negative trait to remember that. Well, these children, these youth, these young adults look up to people like that. As much as I love our entertainers, whether it be athletes, musicians, actors, all of that, they are not. I wish that they were not who our children looked up to. Look up to them because they have a talent, yes. Look up to them because they might be financially where you want to be. But their thought process and beliefs isn't necessarily how they got there. They got there because they had a talent. Not all of us have those talents. There are other things that you can do to also make yourself financially stable and to make yourself mentally stable. But when you look at them and their ideologies because they want to forget the past because they're now up there with the elite, it deters our younger generations from wanting to learn what their people might have gone through to get to where those celebrities are.
Well, and then once again, we're not educating, we're not talking about it, we're not.
But that's because everybody looks at celebrities to educate. Everybody looks at politicians to educate, and everybody sends their children to school thinking that they're going to get an education. When we, as a people, as a whole, white, black, Asian, Mexican, Spanish, whatever you are, realize that real history is taught at home, learning about your family's generational past, learning about people in your family who might have made history, reading different books. Children today don't read books. Do you know that in the 90s, I had 3 different versions of the Encyclopedia Britannica and was forced to read them? That is how I did my papers. We didn't have Google.
Right.
I had to flip pages. Okay. I'm older than Google. Okay.
We didn't have Google, and encyclopedias were the best thing that we had, and then the encyclopedias were behind the times because they still had to have them printed and sold, and by the sometimes.
But there were 3 different versions of Encyclopedia Britannica that my grandfather bought me from the time that I was 7 to the time that I was 17.
Yeah, sometimes I can remember going to junior high, and first day, I think it was civics class or something. I can't remember what it was now, but the first line in this book that we were supposed to be reading, social studies. It was social studies. Was
Mhm.
man is thinking of going to the moon.
I
Honey,
remember
man had been to the moon and was thinking about going to Mars. Okay, that was. I closed the
I
book.
remember when the first IBM computers came out with Microsoft and they were putting books on the internet for you to be able to print the pages out to do your research. My first ever term paper, yes, I got the information from online, but they were literal books in the library that had been put in the system that for you to be able to get if they weren't at the particular libraries in your city.
In your area. Yeah.
And when I did my term paper, my teacher looked at me and said I falsified most of the information because she had never heard of the stuff that I had written the paper on. And that's when I learned for the first time. I was like 13. That's when I learned that school wasn't going to teach me anything and I was going to have to learn it for myself. Because I did a paper. We were doing World War II. We were doing World War II for our papers. Most people did everything dealing with Germany and the Nazis and the fascism. I focused on America because I was like, well, what was going on over here while we were fighting? And I found out about the Japanese internment camps and found out why Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor and all of that. You know, that woman, she ended up having to give me an A because she had to fact check all my stuff. But yeah, that white lady was like, nah, you lying. Where you get this false information? It's like it was in the history books.
And like I said, a lot of times we don't do the research. We don't take the
That's why I was saying
time.
school wasn't going to teach me anything. School was going to teach me what they wanted me to learn.
Yeah, we don't, and we do the same thing in our relationships. We don't take the time to learn the person. We don't take the time to do our research. Sometimes we get involved with someone way too quick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know anything about them. We don't ask the right questions, so therefore you're not going to get the correct answers that you need to make an informed decision when it comes to the type of person that you're involved with. Um, we do a lot of this stuff for maybe prestige. I need to have a boyfriend. I gotta have a girlfriend. You know, I'm going here. I'm going there. I gotta have a guy. I gotta have a girl. Whatever the case may be. But what you haven't done is your research.
But that's because people, society, it makes us think that if we're single and of a certain age, there's something wrong with us.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
This ideal that I have to have a partner is ludicrous to me.
Well, and a lot of people, oh, it's going to be easier. It's going to be better. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. And for some people, it might be, but for others, it's not.
The only thing I've ever seen easier about having a partner is that we could split the bills 50-50.
Right. That's only if they're working.
That part.
That's only if they're working.
People
And
all the time, I don't need a partner, I need a roommate.
here's the thing. When you guys are in a relationship, everything
Baked potato.
is oh like I was trying to figure out what she's just all of a sudden said baked potato. I'm like, what? But I read the question. Um, all of us, when we step into a relationship, we all have the best intentions, I do believe. Yeah, now
Mm-hmm.
I might have on rose-colored glasses with that one because some people don't have good intentions.
Because
But
it's
for the
new.
for the sake of argument, we're going to say everyone has the best of intentions when we're starting out, when we're getting involved.
Them first
Um,
2 weeks.
yeah, the honeymoon stage. But no matter what, we still don't talk about the things that are really honestly important. And
Crazy
we
thing is, for those of us that do talk about those things, it scares people. It
mhm.
scares them away. I know that's why I'm still single, because I put everything out on the table up front, what I'm looking for, what I want to build. And people be feeling some type of way. I didn't say it was going to happen overnight, but I need you to know my intentions up front.
And then you can make an informed decision actually if you want
Right.
to stick or stay. And a lot, like I said, a lot of people they don't put two and two together. They don't put all of this together in order to not be in a relationship that you're manipulated into or manipulated while you're in the relationship.
Facts.
You wind up getting manipulated when you don't have, I feel, when you don't have all the information that you need
Mm-hmm.
to make an informed decision about a person. So you kind of get, and some people are really good at smoke and mirrors. They are, for lack of a better term, they are really good at smoke and mirrors.
You
They
ain't
are,
said it, but a word.
you know, but you have to learn to look through that, and you have to learn to be more direct in asking your questions or making your intentions known. Um, I know that a lot of us are, we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. But the one thing I know that, you know, and I talk about this when I'm teaching my intimacy classes is, you know, confrontation. Sometimes when we're in this argument, we want to go at it like this. You said this, you said this, you said this. Instead of being this way, can we talk? Sure. It's a whole lot, side by side. Let's use some techniques. Let's use some things that are going to make our relationship or our conversation when we're having issues within our relationship a little bit stronger, a little bit better, to the point where yes, we can make informed decisions. Yes, we can get past this moment in time. Yes, we don't have to use manipulation because we have the enough common sense and tools to have a conversation.
Hmm.
And somebody has to be the adult in the room.
I would hope both parties would be the adult in the room, but somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to do it. You want to,
Take
but
that
if
job.
you got if you it two if you got you got two people, you want two. But if you can get one, you still stand a chance. You still stand a chance.
50% chance.
Hmm. But you cannot um you cannot stop, or you cannot not say anything. You have got to, especially like I said, when I'm talking, I talk to women a lot. Um and I think it's a lot of women, and I'm not saying it just because I'm saying it. There are men out there that do the same thing, but I'm just concentrating on the women. There are a lot of women that will not speak up for themselves, will not correct a man, will not um point out this is what I want, or this is how I'd like things to go, or this is how what I would like to do in the future. Um so therefore they're just simply not prepared to be in a relationship that is going to not be based on manipulation, and that is not going to be it's not going to be strong. It just isn't.
Facts.
It just isn't. So I think the first thing that people need to do, number one, is take a hard look at your relationship. Make sure that you are not being manipulated. Make sure that the conversations that you are having are vital to everyone involved. Make sure you're using your listening skills, because a lot of times that's where the downfall is. You're so busy trying to out talk somebody that you don't listen. Um, make sure you're being honest with yourself, because you got to be honest with yourself before you can be honest with anyone else. And I would also say just take some communication classes, learn how to communicate, learn how to get your point across without screaming, hollering, yelling, using derogatory comments.
Amen.
Find a way to get across what you need to say in a way that's lighter and easier for the person that you're talking to understand. Somebody said, where are these women?
Fahad.
Which women are you looking for? Maybe we should.
The ones you were just describing.
Which ones are you looking for? Um, I mean, where women are out there, and sometimes I think men as well as women in certain circumstances, or different a different dynamic of a relationship. But we'll stick with a woman and a man that's supposed to pursue her. Sometimes that just doesn't happen. The pursuit is either too slow, or the pursuit is a woman can see it's not going anywhere. It could have stalled out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it may be the little things. It might be something insignificant to you, but might be a mountain for her.
And y'all be thinking she turning a mountain into a molehill.
Hmm. So, is there anything else you'd like to add, Purple Rain?
I think you hit all the nails on the head, honey. I can't think of anything else I can add to that. Um, Maybe men and women quit playing games. Manipulation is not your friend. It's gonna hurt you in the end. 'Cause either you're gonna lose the one that you want, or you're not gonna get what you wanted out of that person. Communication is key. Do not withhold sex, either party, or emotion from your other partner just because you're not getting your way. Communicate, 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 I can't say it enough. The three C's: clear, concise communication.
Concise communication.
Book still coming soon, okay? Um, yeah, that's all I can enunciate. Communication and quit being manipulative.
Yeah, manipulation can do one or two things.
It can get juicy.
It can actually blow up in your face and make things worse. Um, or it can make your relationship stagnant, and you never get to the root of what the real issues and problems are because you're too busy trying to one up each other or um not be able to express what you need to express. And
Hmm.
that's the part that it's going to really, in the long run, that's the part that's going to harm your relationship more than withholding sex or anything else. Not being able to communicate, not being able to get your point across, not being able to listen well. You have to also be able to listen well, not just talk well, but listen. And that means shut up, don't open your mouth, just listen. Because sometimes we want to argue to the point where there's no need to be arguing. Only thing that needs to happen right then and there is to listen.
I agree.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Sammy.
Hey, fellas.
So, well, I think we've covered it tonight. I really do. I think that we hope you guys got a little something out of this because it isn't cute to manipulate people, and it isn't cute to not understand how your relationship works. Um, Relationships are just that. It's two, three, how many ever people, whatever it is. Your relationship with other people is not like a solo dolo kind of situation. So it's very important that you learn how to maneuver, not manipulate though
Good.
the situations that you're in. Um, I'm trying to read Fahad. This is very complex theories. I'm 28 and new here. I'll take points from you, ma'am. I'm taking points. I got my notebook and everything here. Cool. I can listen to you every time. Thank you for the insights. Oh, you guys are welcome. The stuff that we tell you guys sometimes, as my mother would say, common sense, but it ain't so common sometimes. But
Oh,
it's stuff that we've probably gone through because I'm a little older, as well as just listening to people and seeing people not get it right and
I hate it over and over again.
that you're like this close to getting it correct,
Hmm.
but you wind up being this far away from getting it correct, way out of the picture because of a thought process that doesn't really work anymore. um and because of the fact that you know relationships take work, and usually there are more than one person in this relationship, so everybody wants a little piece of the pie to be, or a piece of the cake or whatever, in order to have a great relationship. And sometimes we just don't have the tools, or we don't know what the tools are, or we don't have them within ourselves. So we think. We also are easily influenced by what we see nowadays, what we're bombarded with on television, in music, magazines, movies, books. We're not shown in the best of light sometimes, and it's very important to keep in mind that we can be in the best of lights, that we can be the people that we want to be. We just have to put in the work. We really just have to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
No shortcuts.
None.
None. So we hope you guys really enjoyed it tonight. I know it was a great topic. I think we got a lot of points across. We hope if you've missed any of the show, you can go back and listen to it anytime that you would like. We both have YouTube channels. Mine is Ms. Jewcee, MZJEWCEE. You can listen there. You can listen on my platforms on Facebook, as well as I believe I got still going on. No, I don't. Forgot. I got off of X. But we hope that you guys enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope you guys get something out of it. And if not, spread it to somebody that might need it, because we want to help. Okay, we really, really do. In 2025, we want to help. Anything else you'd like to add, Miss Purple Rain?
No, just follow me on all social media. Jasmine Purple Rain on Facebook, and YouTube is Juicy. I'm sorry, not Juicy. Purple Rain's Play Palace. And I'm on TikTok, but it's not set up completely yet. But it's Play Palace Podcast. So just follow me on those three. I'm not on. I mean, I'm not really on Instagram. It's linked to my Facebook, but I focus more on my YouTube and my Facebook. So follow me there.
All right, guys. We're going to come back next Monday night. Yes, we're going to do two in a row. Okay, two in a row.
New
And
Year, New Us.
we start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central Time, and 6 p.m. for our folks out on the West Coast. Remember, Valentine's Day is coming up. Okay, Friday the 14th. Make sure that you get your loved one something. Get them a little something, something, little candy, little, you know, little,
Something, something.
a little something. Put a bow on it, whatever it might be. Put a
I
bow on it.
put a bow on. God damn it. But
Just,
that's not a Valentine's Day gift no more.
just put a bow on it. So everybody have a great week. We'll be back with more Juicy Tales Erotic Check next Monday night. Make sure you tune in. We'll have another great hot topic for you guys. And for my beautiful sis below, Miss Jasmine Purple Rain, and myself, have a wonderful week. Okay. Remember to enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism. All right. Miss
Bye.
Juicy. Love you guys.